Diddy shot them. Diddy had the gun. He gave me the gun. You know, he told me this about Tupac. I'm still not up here saying those things. I'm still loyal to integrity, not to him. But I was honorable when I decided to risk 25 years instead of getting my friend, my brother in trouble, even though he was getting me in trouble. Right?
December 27th, 1999. The place, Club New York. Sean Diddy Combs, Jennifer Lopez, and Shyne, aka Shyne Poe, enter a nightclub with intentions of celebrating the night. But that night marked a tragic and devastating reality that changed a lot of people's lives. Everybody is in disarray. Shyne Poe, as he testified, his life and his friends' lives were at stake. But therefore, he pulled his gun to defend himself. And as Shyne is shooting, he doesn't clearly see exactly where these bullets are going. But a bullet does enter an innocent victim by the name of Natanya Rubin. To this day, that bullet is still stuck inside Natanya Rubin, stating that it was Puffy, Sean Diddy Combs, that shot her. So therefore, Sean Diddy Combs called up Myers to testify. Now, the interesting thing about Myers is that Myers' new testimony that contradicted her first testimony she gave to the police officers would incriminate Shyne. And Shyne and the rest of Bad Boy begged Diddy, do not call Myers up on the stand. Diddy, in order to save himself, Diddy called Myers, understanding exactly what she was gonna say. And she was gonna incriminate Shyne. The prosecutors had a meeting with Shyne, and they said to Shyne, listen, we don't want you, we want Diddy. If you're willing to testify against Diddy and simply say that you seen him shoot Rubin, that's all they needed.
The plea agreement that the DA was giving me, because the DA wanted me to testify against Diddy. And he called me in for what they call as a proffer. Mm-hmm. So in the proffer, they wanted me to come in there and be like, yo, he had the gun. He passed me the gun. He started shooting. It was him. And I refused to do that. And so the DA was like, okay, I'll give you a plea deal for 13 years. So yeah, so that's what happened.
But Shyne's loyalty to Diddy, he refused. Shyne wouldn't cooperate. Shyne, to this day, even though many believe he knows exactly what transpired and what he's seen, to this day, he still has not said it was Diddy's gun that went off.
You said you didn't see the shooting.
Right?
You didn't see the gun.
But the victim says Puff shot her. So my thing is, and I'm still saying here and now, and I've said in interviews, if he did shoot her, he was defending himself. It wasn't intentional because people were trying to kill us that night.
Now, the person
that's a fact
that y'all alleged got into the argument with, they were saying that the issue was with you and him. Maybe you were signed to him before, owed him money. That was a story.
I don't know what type of drugs Flex is on, or what type of mental breakdown he's having, but that is absolutely untrue. This is the first time you've ever heard anybody say such ridiculous, outrageous statements. So Nas' line, when Nas said, I don't like the way Diddy did Shyne with different lawyers, everybody's lying on Diddy now. Like, come on. The first XXL cover, Death Before Dishonor, everything that I'm saying now, I've been saying. It doesn't mean that I didn't forgive Diddy and move on.
So because Shyne refused to testify, he was given a 13-year sentence. And that was a plea bargain. Since somebody was already connected to the shooting, Diddy was off. He got away scot-free. Shyne, who was actually literally protecting himself in self-defense, was bamboozled. Now, this is a interesting thing because record labels back then, each major record label, independent hip-hop record label, they always had an individual that was authentic, street certified. Eazy-E from NWA was street certified. Beanie Siegel from Rockefeller, he was street certified. Corrupt from Death Row, and each one of these street dudes, they lived off authenticity, meaning to say that they lived by the code of the street, the realness, no snitching. Be willing to defend your team by all means necessary. And each one of these labels had at least one dude that they knew was certified and official. But unfortunately, that particular dude, that particular member of each group that was street certified ended up taking the rap for everything that particular label did. Shyne served close to 10 years in prison. And out of those 10 years, Sean Combs came to visit him once. And because of the animosity at that particular time, Shyne seen Diddy Combs spit in his face, because that's when he realized that he gave up his life. He gave up 10 years for nothing. When he was trying to protect his team, it was a very hard lesson to learn. And shortly after he gets released, he also gets deported. Goes to Belize, changes his life, becomes a diplomat. And he has a new mind frame. He has a new perspective on life. He has a new purpose. He learned to forgive, and he starts making amends to what he has done. But that took some time, because when he first came, he was wild, he was angry. He was picking fights with everybody. Diddy, Drake.
How do you forgive that, though? Sitting 10 years in the box, knowing, that Diddy's whole thing with Bad Boy, and all the artists will say that it was all about family, right? That's what it was sold on. It was family. We all a family. We're all together. We all in this together. But when it hit the fan, it was no family. It was every man for themselves.
Absolutely.
You get out and you forgive him. And,
No, I didn't forgive him right away. If you notice, when I got out, I was attacking him too. It was one of the most erroneous strategic moves that I made, because I was fighting with Diddy, I was fighting with 50, I was fighting with Drake, I was fighting with Rick Ross. Like I was like Samson, pushing the pillars to collapse on me.
Mm-hmm.
And as he released that aggression and anger, as he came to the point of reconciliation with everybody, especially Diddy, a producer by the name of Rock made allegations that Diddy assaulted him while they were producing the album. And in the lawsuit, that brought back old wounds for Shyne. The first thing he said, Diddy was bragging about how he manipulated the whole situation so Shyne could take the fall for the shooting. And another part that not too many people notice or take heed to is Rod also said in the lawsuit that it was Jennifer Lopez that brought the gun into Club New York, because nobody would think checking her first, so she was used as a decoy to bring in the gun. Now you start putting two and two together. She was nowhere to be seen. But that's all allegedly. But in every allegation, sometimes you wonder if there's an element of truth.